course, yes, and we have our guest in the house seated already. Her name is Mary. Is it the mother of Jesus' daughter?
Maybe. Maybe at this point. Maybe.
We have Mary Fidelis. She's a literacy teacher, a team coach, and an entrepreneur.
Ooh.
It's good to have you.
Thank you for
Mary.
having me.
You look lovely, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I love the shoes.
Oh, that shoe should actually be mine.
No, I said it first, so I'm going with the shoes. I'm blushing right now.
The shoes are lovely.
Thank you.
The table is
Oh,
lovely.
yeah. Thank you.
I don't see the shoes in. It's not
Yes. I'm shy. I'm shy.
You look good. Thank you for coming
you.
into the program
Thank
today.
you so much.
Thank you. Well, we'll be reading Mary's profile today. She has a very long, beautiful profile. But before that, let's go for a short break and have our first tip for the day. Then we come back and hear Mary's success story. I know how she's able to put all of this together to be energetic and still look very young and pretty. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Alright, welcome back. We still have Mary Fidelis, not the mother of Jesus. Well, I'm going to read a short profile about her. Well, she is with deep passion for development and humanitarian cause. She has impacted so many lives through charitable projects, mentorship, giving, and so much more. She's also a graduate of National Open University with BSc degree in English language and National Diploma in Mass Communication from the prestigious Yaba College of Technology. She's an indigenous of Akwa Ibom State, executive director and founder of Heartmenders Foundation, Charity Foundation. Also, it's a non-profit organization that focuses solely on providing essential needs to vulnerable and marginalized children and adults in underserved communities through the free medical outreaches, donation of school relief items, food packs, free mentorship for kids in local schools and vulnerable, and so much more. Well, Heartmenders Foundation also carries out feeding projects, free cloth drive projects, free mentorship programs for kids, and several underdeserved communities. She has worked in so many places: Bariga, Makoko, Iwaya, Bariga, Oshoki, Mautu, Shomolu, Ijora, and Ikorodu, etc. Well, she received the Nigerian Volunteers Award in 2023 and also received an award from West Africa Youth Summit in November 2024 for an outstanding contribution to the development of Africa through education. Well, she was nominated by Gift a Child Initiative as one of the most outstanding women in March 2023. And of course, she serves and volunteers in several organizations like Food Click Support Initiative, Inspire Lagos Food Market, Lagos State Central Youth, KOA, I thought it was Coco Foundation, KOA Foundation, Trans Care Foundation, and many more. Lastly, Mary Fidelis is an entrepreneur who makes handcrafted beauty enhancers like facilitators. Where is your facilitator? Fascinators, rather. Where is your fascinator?
I didn't bring it.
You did not bring your fascinator. Please don't. A fascinator, Ankara beads, Ankara earrings, hair accessories, and many more. She's also into a brand called Pearls Saint, a brand that sells perfume and the perfume.
I think
To say is how somebody has this kind of profile and such a craft. I haven't seen anything. Where is it? Which of them is on you right now? None.
Oh no.
The perfume, probably.
Princess, shut that door. She's not going until you see those things. That's actually very beautiful.
Very.
Skill you have there.
Thank you very much.
That's so much.
Thank
Coming
you.
from having to do with the foundation and still running a business, and you said they are handcrafted, like you craft them yourself.
Myself. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
amazing.
Beautiful. So tell us.
Thank you.
Well, you've given us a little gist of the background of mass communication and all of that. So tell us, how did you tend to want to study mass comm and become one thing, and before you know, there's a career transition to another? How did it start for you?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for having me. My name is Mary Fidelis again. Okay, so I would say that when it comes to speaking rightly, using the right tenses, I'm a big fan of it. So I just wanted something I needed a polish. I needed to do something better. So I said, okay, when I was done with secondary school, what next? I had options of either mass communication or English language. Okay, so at that time I just said, oh, okay, mass comm, because it was going to help me with some talent and some skills, and it was going to put me on my toes to do some things right. So that's how I found myself in Yaba College of Technology studying mass comm, and then it fueled the passion in me to present. So anything that has to do with meeting people, facing crowds, asking people generally questions. So you see me then always asking questions, always inquisitive, always wanting to know, right? Exactly. So you find me always asking, always, oh, okay, go now, be at the front. And then naturally it became a thing for me, and on and on. I think in the final year, in the 3 years, so we had projects and we had to use the studio. So all of that just shaped me and helped me. And then after that, I started going for red carpet hosts, volunteering, hosting events, just so that I can just put some skills here and there, and then backed up with all of that. So that aside, and then I needed to further my academics, so I went for BSc English Language at National Open University. So all of this was just to align together, and so that I don't go out of course. So that's it. Thank you.
Amazing.
So now, being you're a mass comm student, have you ever thought that maybe you're gonna pick up that dream again? Do you have a lot of things in your hands? Do you think you want to pick that up and polish it to be a star?
Yes, I think. Yes, of course. Of course, I'm working towards that already, and I don't think it's a one-off thing. I think it's something that's here to stay, and since it's becoming a part of me, like I said earlier, so it's something I would like to keep doing as much as I can get. Interview sessions, whether volunteering, just something I keep doing, because I believe that the things you keep doing becomes a part of you. And they say practice makes perfect. So it's just that polishing, being out there, being able to face crowds, knowing when to ask you particular questions, how to say it, how to move on to the next questions with the person you're interviewing. So that's it basically for me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so you mentioned earlier that dealing with kids is one of the things that you really love to do, having to have fun with them, play with them. So when you are with these kids, what exactly do you do? Can you tell us more about that part of you, aside from all of this package that we've seen?
Okay, so naturally, I like to work with kids. So even before I started working on being a teacher, or before I started teaching, I naturally like to work with kids. So you'd see me instructing them, do this, don't do this, stay here, don't do this, stay like this. And I didn't know that I was going to the direction of being a teacher. So I was just doing my own thing. And so I go to meetings, I go to church, and they say, oh, please watch after this kid for me, please do this for me, please, please, my children are safe in your hands, and all of that. So all of that put together just helped me to see that, oh, okay, I have something for the kids. So starting the NGA was easy for me. So I was able to balance being a teacher, having years of experience as a teacher, and then balancing it with the passion of running an NGO. So it aligned for me easily.
Yes. I love that it's aligning for you. Well, over the years, you having to transit, it's not like you're putting the communication on hold. You having to transit to this. What was the most interesting thing for you that made you say, okay, I will continue with this and come back to, the presentation part later? Okay,
so first thing, passion. And then, of course, the smiles on the faces of the children. You know that joy you get when you're in a room and you find a child that is sad, and then in 1 minute, because of your presence, the child lightens up. And you're like, oh, there's something about me, there's a magic. And then you can't even explain it. You don't know what it is that you said. You don't know how you do these things. But the moment you're with the kids, they're just losing up. Just one conversation with them, and they're like, oh, Auntie Mary, oh, and all of that. So I think there's something that it just flows naturally. I don't have to struggle for it. I naturally love kids. I work with them, even in slums where we visit for different outreaches. It just comes easy. So it got to a point that I would randomly be walking on the roads, and I'll be hearing Auntie Mary, Madam Mary, from little kids that they've seen me in several outreaches, and they remember the face. Even if they don't remember the name, they just remember. Some will just come and tap me. And I remember that, oh, we're at so slum at a particular year. So this particular child remembered me. So everything is just aligned.
Yeah, so we'll still come back to that. Apologies for stopping you. Let's quickly go. We have a commercial break. Let's take our commercial break, and we come back to listen to Mary Fidelis talk more about her journey. Stay with us. Right, welcome back. Yes, we're going to continue listening to Mary Fidelis' success story. So let's talk more about Heart Menders Charity Foundation. So what was the start? Were you the brain behind the foundation, or you were part of the founders?
Okay, so I'm the brain behind Heart Menders Charity Foundation. We used to be the Heart Menders Foundation, but we are now registered. So Heart Menders Charity Foundation, yes. So I think the entire thing started with my community. Like I always say, I always like speak about Bariga. And so oftentimes I see kids around and I'm like, oh, okay, where are your parents? They need help. They don't put on proper clothing. And then even to have a square meal, they find it hard. So I just look at it that, okay, so if I have more than enough, if I have more than one, why don't I just share? Why don't I just share what I have? Okay, so that's how I started. And then as God will have it, I bumped into friends that had the same vision with me. So while I was running my ND in Yabatech, they had the same passion to give back.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so instead of me just doing it alone, so I came together with a team. Then it was called I Help a Soul. Oh. So yes, I Help a Soul. So students from Yabatech, students from Unilag coming together to do something every 3 months or so. We come together, we donate. Then if you had 50,000, you do a big project, you know. And then as students, you just have to put little things. You bring your clothes that are still in good condition. You get to speak to your uncles, your friends, your families, and let's gather things together, and then we donate. So that's how it started for me. I didn't even know I was going to do something on my own thereafter. So it started plus me just giving in my own community. So we'd reach out to students around, children around Unilag, Access, EYA, Access. I would just do it. No pictures, nothing, I would just do, and then we kept on doing that. I didn't even know that I was building myself for my own ministry. So that's how it started for me. So I extended it to volunteering. I started volunteering with other NGOs just to gain skills, just to get to connect with people, get to meet like minds and people that are passionate about this. And then I did that for a couple of years. And then in 2020, God just said, okay, it's time for you to start yours. And the name came clearly. It was very clear. I didn't have to struggle. I just had Heart Menders, and that was it. And that was it. So the volunteers and the people that I've worked with severally became my team, and that's how I started Heart Menders. So because I had passion, I was still have passion for teaching, education. So it was easy for me to balance getting like minds that could join me in the slum to teach kids, and then also get people that would randomly just donate clothes to us for us to share for significant seasons like Christmas, Easter, Children's Day, and all of that. So that was how we were able to align and then fixing the mission and vision of the statement. And that was how Heart Menders started.
Amazing. Well, we have to go for one break right now. Let's go for a second tip. Then when we come back, gratitude will take the floor. Stay with us. Back. You're still watching Women's Corner, and of course, gratitude. Over to you.
All right. So I'm going to ask questions on your experiences as being the founder of Heart Menders Charity Foundation. Yeah, how has the experience been for you handling kids? I know it's really not easy. For the sake of our listeners and people that are so passionate about these things, so how has it been for you? Challenges, how you've been able to overcome the challenges, and that's one point you got to that you're like, nah, I made the right choice. This path is really what I was destined for.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. So I like the fact that I didn't call myself into this ministry to start with, and it's a God-given ability. So the strength, the ability to start planning on a project and get it done, it has nothing to do with me. So I know that, oh, my God factor is there, number one.
Yeah.
So I have to always go back to him for strength, because he's the one that gave me the ministry. And for every vision, he makes total provision. Not just provision, but total provision. So I have to always have that at the back of my mind, that everything is sorted already, number one. And then number two, I always remember the people we are reaching out to, the beneficiaries, the nursing mothers, the aged, the children on the streets. Remember that at the end of the day, they are smiling and they are praying. You know, that thing about people praying to you, people that you don't know, randomly just saying prayers for you just because you're giving them something little, that goes a long way for me. And another thing is consistency. Like I said, I don't forget the God factor I know that I didn't call myself into this, that this assignment, this whole project of a thing has been given to me by God. So I have to do it. I have to guard it jealously. Yes, permit me to use that word. I have to use my whole strength, deliberations, plannings, prayer meetings, writing letters, just ensuring that we see to the end of a project successfully. So I would say that it's not by my power and not by my might. So I just get my strength, and my passion keeps going because I have God. So that's it.
So what else will you advise people, like I said, that are so passionate about this one? And how have you been able to juggle all of these things together? You are so many things in one. So how has it been for you, and what would you advise people that want to follow this line to actually work around it?
Okay, so first of all, know what you're in for. Know that, okay, it's charity, his love, you're reaching out to people. And like I said, the smiles on the faces of the beneficiaries that you're reaching out to matters a lot. Their prayers go along with their heart. Some of them just smiling to you and oh, she looks like an angel. You see some kids on the street and they just run to you and give you a hug. That hug can be very warm, and it relieves you of a whole lot of burden. They don't know. They think, oh, they just hugged you or something. But it goes a long way. So like I said, know what you're in for. Know that yes, even if it's going to stretch you, even if it's going to overwhelm you at some point, even if you're going to feel like, who sent me? Just remember to always go back to the person that has called you. And number two, remember that it's not your own vision. So you'd randomly not just want to do it. I'm just going to the community to just share things, and you just go frown and share things like that. Just go share and leave. And anyhow, no. But you're calculating that, okay, where are we doing this? How are we doing this? How are we getting sponsors? How are we getting volunteers? How are we getting people to get this done? How are we getting a team? Because it takes a visionary to execute a project. You need to have, like people say, it takes a village. It takes an entire community. So you can't do all of this alone. You need to identify your team members, identify people that have visions that aligns with yours. So that at the end of the day, so even if you might want to fall back or maybe feel a bit tired or exhausting, you have people that, let me pray with you, let me strengthen you, you have to do this, maybe you have to keep doing this. It's not by your power, you just have to keep doing this. When you have that people around you, there's a sense of, okay, I'm on the right path. I'm on the right path, and then I know what I'm doing. And then for women out there, people out there that would like to do this and think that, I need a millionaire, or I need a loan, or I need a particular amount, maybe a very huge amount to be able to do this. I don't think it's that way anymore, because you can really impact in your own way. Like I said, I started from just coming together with a team, and then we randomly share things and we leave. So I didn't even know it was going to escalate into my own NGO, my own ministry. So it depends on the heart. However, you can give a bag of rice, you can give anything, but your heart, it says a lot. Are you giving cheerfully? Are you giving because you want people to see you? Are you giving for the glam, for paparazzi, for picture, for content? So you need to understand what you're here for, and you need to understand that there's much more for the work to be done.
I totally agree. So I want to take us back a little bit. And from the start, when you actually chose to, pose the BSc, so the HNDs, decide to post that and decide to go into this foundation. Now, what was the response from your family like? Was there any fear of, or it was like, oh yeah, we'll support you?
Okay, so first of all, they gave me 100% support.
Wow.
Yes, 100% support. I'll say that over and over again, anywhere, anytime. So they gave me support in every aspect, prayerfully, in terms of help when it comes to manpower, helping to run projects, helping to source for maybe locations. My family were out there for me, understanding that, she still wants to run academics. She still wants to speak English so well. She still wants to be a teacher. She still wants to work with kids. So why don't you just pull up together and support her? So my family were there 100% for me, and they gave me all the support and more than I needed.
All right, that's very lovely. Well, let's take the last tip for the day. Then we'll come back and ask her exactly how she handles these teenagers. Because trust me, you know what I mean. It's not the first time we'll say this. You tell a teenager, you're giving them the side bombastic eye, trying to tell them how to control and caution themselves, and they put you out and ask you what is wrong with your face. So anyways, we'll be asking how just be handling that with all the energy. So let's quickly go for the last tip, and of course we'll go right back to the studio. Stay with us. Come back. So let's ask this question that I've been itching to ask from the start, but it would be unfair to start with that question. So I want to ask, right? You have a lot of teenagers you're dealing with, the preteens too, also, like you said, and some adults. Now let's talk about the teenagers that are quite. I don't want to use stubborn. I want to use the word impossible. Some of the teenagers that are impossible. And how do you handle them? Because invariably, in fact, those impossible ones, when they come, we see you coming with your smile and everything, they're already locking up. They're like, is that smile? Is it what is that? They don't even want you to come around. Yeah, because they will feel like, oh, you think your smile is going to work. They get more thickened up so that you can't penetrate.
Just to shake you.
Just to shake you. So how do you handle them?
So first of all, I have the mindset that teenagers have their own world. So sometimes you allow them, and they feel like, why are you here? We're on our world. You don't come here giving us rules. You don't come here giving us do's and don'ts. And then we are not in your own time. So please allow us. So first, I understand that. So I'm coming with the mindset to flow like them.
Okay.
I don't come out looking too serious. I try to blend, fit into their lifestyle, try to sound like them, try to mention things that I'm familiar with that is happening around that time and season, just so that I can get the real and the best side of them. So once I'm able to do that, we just melt. I get them, and I get them to start speaking. So for those that have been timid, I don't want to talk, my private life, and all of that, I get them to talk. So it's how I am able to approach them that matters. So if you are coming and you are giving them like the old school style, and you're maybe imposing your rules into them, they'll be looking at you that, okay, when you're done, you pack and go. Just go, just allow us to be. So I flow with them. So before I even work with them, I make findings to know what's up, what's trending, maybe the music trending at that time, things that they are going through at that time in their school, maybe pressure from here and there. Sometimes they go through pressure and we don't tend to talk about this. Yes, we tend not to talk about this because we feel like it's just your book now. Go into your room and read your books and that's all. Forget that there are peer pressures, there are intimidations out there, there are a lot of things their friends are doing that they think, oh, can I just try this? But they cannot. But you're just there, go and read your book. But it goes beyond that. So if I'm able to fit into their world, enter into their space, be like them, sound like them, behave like them, and then I win their hearts. It's so easy for me.
I even feel like one of the major pressure that we do not even take note of, and I'm going to speak from a millennial angle now, is sometimes you hear our parents, go and read your book, go and nap. And we'll be fighting them because actually we feel pressure that you're pressuring us to do what we really do not want to do. But at the long run, it's for our own good. Take for example for napping. Go and nap, go and sleep early by 9. But now, do they advise you to nap? Are you not looking for the nap? Like,
looking for
the
with
nap.
series of activities and pressure here and there, like, oh God, can I just sleep?
Exactly. And while you're working, you're sleeping, you're like, no, shake it off. But they were telling you to nap when you were small.
Then. So I think it's just life. It's just the irony of life.
Yeah.
It's just the irony of life. Anyway, a lot of people want to know how to reach to you and to go about this dream. But before that, you noted something about the program coming up.
In December.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would just like to run us through projects that we do every year in Heart Menders Charity Foundation. So usually our anniversary is in February. So for the anniversary, we have special things that we do. Is it that we visit a home of a blind, or a less privileged home, or an orphanage home. So that's a unique way for us to tell God thank you for every year, for every milestone. Yes, so in the previous years, we've attended several homes. We've been to Bethesda Home of the Blind, another homes, the Home for the Aged, and all of that. So that's in February. And after that, we have a project, Nursing Mothers, Outreach to Vulnerable Nursing Mothers. So we go to slum communities and we identify nursing mothers that really need assistance in terms of feeding, clothing, and then health-wise. So we get professional doctors, nurses to speak with them, to consult for them for free, and then donate drugs to them. Not forgetting their babies. So we also have things for the babies, we have clothing, we have shoes and all of that. That's for the month of July. And then we also have projects for our volunteers. So we have like an online session that we do every year, just something to keep them up on their feet. You know, as the year is evolving, as every day, people need to improve.
Yeah.
So they burn out their time, their energy, their donations for us. So we look for little ways on how we can give back to them or support them and then make them feel loved. So that's where the online volunteer session comes in for them. So that's strictly for the volunteers. So that's about that. And then every October we have a project, Slum Stars, which we just finished. It ran for 6 days. So we started on the 6th of October and we finished on the 11th of October. So that we identify a school in a slum community, a local school, So schools that they get to pay just menial, little amount of fees. See how we can support the kids and the teachers, because sometimes it can be very overwhelming. You have like one teacher in a classroom of about 30 something kids, 20 something kids, so it can be very overwhelming. So we go there, we donate books, stationaries, and few other things, and then we come in with co-curricular activities that normally the children will not have access to, like board games, like free mentorship sessions, and then we get to train their teachers. Yes, for free. We do all of that for free. Yes.
Okay, great.
So, and then the last project is the one in December, which is Smile Slum Surprise. So we are looking at feeding 500 to 1,000 kids and then donating beautiful and lovely dresses to them for Christmas.
Wow, amazing. That's so lovely. Well, anyways, before we go, because of our time, can you share your social media handles?
Okay, so for the page is the Heart Menders Foundation _ on Instagram, and then my personal page is Mary _ Fidelis 07 on Instagram, and then for Twitter and LinkedIn it's Mary Fidelis.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so very much. It has been so much fun, and thank you for sharing how to do it. Teenagers. Hopefully, I will bring you back again. Let's talk about the teenagers aspects and of course this foundation.
Right.
I want to come from this angle just for the viewers to know. I want to come from this angle of we have a lot of foundations, NGOs that donate sometimes to motherless homes and all of that. And sometimes I feel like how do they run their background check on some of these orphanage homes? Because there are a lot of videos that trend online whereby NGOs like yours go to places like that, drop a lot of stuffs,
and they don't get to share them.
They don't even give to the kids.
Yes.
They're unaware. So I feel like maybe the NGOs have a lot of work, but anyway, we'll come
That's
to
by
that.
the way.
So anyways, this has been fun. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love your energy. I felt like a child today because the energy was all.
Thank you so much.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you. Children, actually.
Right.
Honestly.
This will be hard on ourselves.
Right. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the program.
I did. Thank you so much for having me.
We enjoyed it too.
Thank you.